this is why you want to try your absolute best to never burn your bridges. Now, little Boosie, you know what I mean? He's in a situation right now. He's in the feds, no bond. You know what I mean? He has his kids out there. I'm sure he has some people looking out for his affairs. I don't know how many people that he has that he can actually trust. You know, he has his mother. I know he trusts his mother. You know what I mean? But it's interesting because the one person that could really, really help him out right now, T.I. You know what I'm saying? T.I. could really be of great help to Boosie right now. And, you know, perhaps he is. You know, maybe he's let bygones be bygones. I know they supposedly squashed it. You know, maybe T.I.'s a forgiving person. But Boosie is going to need some help. You see what I'm saying? I don't know the man's financial situation. You know, I know a lot of people are saying, well, T.I. got to be broke because he's already selling his cars. That don't necessarily mean he's broke. If I know I'm going to go do 2 or 3 years, what's a Rolls Royce going to do for me? So if I got $5 million in my bank account, I'm trying to keep as much of that $5 million as I possibly can. You know what I mean? For this stretch that I might end up having to do. So therefore, I'm trying to liquidate. That's what that stuff is for, man. Cars, they're not assets anyway. So you liquidate. You keep your car too. You're gonna need a car. You keep your couple cars. The rest of that stuff, man, you sell it. Boosie got a lot of kids, man. You know, all the people that he's supporting, and they're gonna have to take a back seat, man, because my kids first. I got to keep a roof over their head. You see what I'm saying? T.I.'s right there in Atlanta with Boosie, or in Georgia with him. I think T.I. lives right outside of Atlanta, I believe. You know, so him going on Vlad TV, saying what he said. Now look, the same person that you talked about being a rat, I guarantee you, man, that you're going to end up needing T.I. I don't know T.I. I don't know Boosie. But T.I. strikes me as the type that he probably going to reach out to you. Yo, tell bruh, call me, man. So Boosie, man, you just got to learn a valuable lesson from this. Understand that I understand that you're trying to stay relevant. But nobody stays hot forever, bro. And if the only way you can stay relevant is getting on these social media platforms, making yourself look like a fool, then it's not worth it, man. Because the truth of the matter is, everybody wants to blame Vlad. Everybody wants to blame the other platforms that you was on. Nah, man, you put yourself in this predicament. I'm sure you know. You know, you can't just go on there talking crazy about the police like that, man, because they watching. So now you trying to get a bond reduction, understandably. Nobody wants to sit in there. I'd rather fight from home. You see what I'm saying? I'd rather fight from home. Put my T.I., you digs back. But every time you go to court and you ask for a bond reduction, guess what? The United States. It's not you against the state of Georgia. It's you against the United States. They're going to strongly object and say that you're a flight risk, knowing that you're not. You just came out of court, so how can you possibly be a flight risk? But this is what they're going to say. Judge, prosecutor, police, they all get paid by the same people. You know what I mean? So they all on the same page, all on the same accord. So all of these things that you said, as far as you being a street dude and, 10 toes down and, F the police and, you know what I mean? If you feel like you're going to get convicted, then you're going to you're going to flee the country. All these things, man, they're going to use against you when you go and try to get that bond reduction, man. Sad situation, man, but me personally, man, T.I., he ain't facing as much time as people say he is, man. You know what I'm saying? He's facing up to 15 years. Yes, a nice stretch. Don't get me wrong. That's not, a cup of tea. But if you're facing 15 at the max, that means if he goes to trial, a jury finds him guilty, and they stretch him out and give him the whole 15 years. Usually they're going to meet somewhere right in the middle. 7, 8 years. And the fact that he got a couple good attorneys, he'll probably be able to, raise a couple good issues. He'll probably end up 4 or 5 years, if that. So I just think everybody's just kind of panicking. I ain't gonna say panicking, just kind of jumping the gun, man. A lot of these people, they've never been in legal trouble before. So the only thing they see is 15 years. 15 years, yeah, that's the max. That's if they want to, throw the book at him, a jury. Otherwise, man, they just want a conviction, get him off the streets for a few years. I personally think he'll end up with 4 or 5 years at the most. His lawyers obviously going to try to get it down as much as he can. They're going to raise some issues, as far as the stop. What's the validity of the stop? But I understand, too, that, when the feds, when they come for you, they pretty much got their case made. I get it. I understand that, you know what I'm saying? So, hopefully, like I said, they'll learn this lesson, man, and T.I. help him out as much as he can, which he's not obligated to help him out. We make our own choices, man. So we got to deal with the consequences. But just T.I. just seemed like he a real dude, man. Even though Boosie jumped the gun, caught him in a rat pretty much on a platform that has more than 5 million people. I think T.I. he'll allow bygones to be bygones, man. You know what I'm saying? But Boosie, it's just one of them. It's sad, but he's just gonna have to sit down for a little bit. So hopefully he took care of his money. Hopefully his house is paid for, because it's a big house. So guess what? It costs money to maintain that house every month. That's the thing about having a big house. Now, you may have a big house like that, but what is it costing you to maintain it? You can't just send the kids outside to cut the grass. You know what I'm saying? This dude got acres. So, I'm sure that he got a little money put up or whatever, that he will be able to at least maintain his crib. Hopefully. He don't have to sell that. He got a bunch of cars, jewelry and stuff. Man, get rid of all that stuff, man. You can get all that stuff back. Oh, none of that stuff mean nothing. A lot of people, they ready to write Boosie off, man. See, it's my opinion that most of these guys that's on here talking, especially the rappers and stuff, they ain't never really like dudes from the South anyway, to be honest. So when something happens, it's like, look at him. He think he's a tough guy. He think he's this. He think he's that. Well, let's see what happens. Man, don't get me wrong. A lot of people have the let's see what happens mentality. They can't wait to say Boosie snitch. Same way they crucified T.I. We live in a world now, man, that you don't even need paperwork at this point. Every time something happens, somebody will throw it out there. And if their voice is large enough, it'll stick to the wall. Such and such is snitching. Ain't no paperwork, ain't no proof, ain't nobody came out ever and said, yo, T.I. got me hemmed up. T.I. got me some time. T.I. got me arrested. T.I. got me questioned. I understand the significance of his case. I understand that, what he got caught with, usually they throw the book at you. I get that. But who's come out and said T.I. said anything? We just going off of what we used to seeing. He did get a heck of a deal. But then now they got this thing where they say, oh, well, his, what is it? His case is sealed. So you can't really see. Now, come on, man. If there's no proof nowhere, you can't say that somebody snitched. So I say that to say they can't wait to say Boosie snitch. They can't wait. As soon as he gets out, if they give him a bond, because sometimes you can get a bond on the feds, with the feds. A lot of times you don't, but there's plenty of people that have federal cases and they eventually get a bond. So just because he was denied a bond initially, it doesn't mean anything. Next time he goes to court, they may give him a bond. In a month, they may give him a bond. Whenever. I can see them saying, okay, we're going to let you go home. You know what I'm saying? Fight it from home. Get your affairs in order. And then when the time comes to give us our time, it's time to give them their time. So yeah, I can see that. But that's going to be the first thing they say. How'd he get out? He got to be telling. Ain't no proof nowhere. And it's going to be crazy because he ain't really going to be able to defend himself. Once he gets out on bond, he ain't going to be able to go on the platforms. What can he say? What can he say when he goes back on Vlad TV? He can't really talk about the case. He can't get on there and say the things that we all used to hearing him talk about. So that's done. For now, anyway. That's done. So whatever income he was getting from that, that's over with. Think Vlad gonna give you all that money just to have you come on there and talk about your cologne and your liquor? Nah. He pays you all that money because he wants to hear you say something crazy so it'll go viral. It'll boost his numbers. So at 30, 40, 50,000 an episode that he gives you, or an appearance rather, man, that's nothing compared to what he's making. But that's just business, man. I ain't got no problem with Vlad. I'm one of the few people. I don't have no problem with Vlad. Don't make nobody come on this show and talk that ignorance. If he asks you something that you feel like maybe, you got to realize Vlad ain't no street dude. So he may ask you something, and if you feel like, that's a little much, you ain't got to answer it. Y'all must not have seen Pee Wee the Long Ways interview. Vlad asked him something, man. Go watch the interview. Decline to answer. I don't know what you're talking about. No. Next question. Real Kens TV, man. Hopefully you like the video. So like it, comment, share it, hit that notification bell, man. Small channel, we trying to get up off the ground, man. You know what I mean? Free Boosie, man.